Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for Scorpio gang. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do you got for us this week in late January for Scorpio, please? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio, please. What is the vibe? What is the energy swirling around us here as we move on into Aquarius season? Please and thank you. Let's get this card out nice and quick so we can start this reading. There it is. Cool. So what you are attaching your energy to is the highlight here. I think I saw this in one of the other, maybe with the air signs this week. And this is a card that doesn't come out often. And the imagery is very interesting. The way you have the man, the woman, it's like she's coming out of the mirror, but not in like a scary movie type of way. But it's about what we connect our energy to. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So we see the man standing in a room and the woman coming through the mirror. This image obviously implies that there's a distance. So for some Scorpios out there, maybe there are certain situations where you're at a distance from somebody, whether it's an emotional distance or a physical one. But that doesn't always have to be the case with this card. I always have this personal belief that when we form bonds with people, whether they're really good friends, family members, friends, lovers, you name it, like people that we get very close with, there is some sort of energetic cord and energetic feedback where it's like, I give you energy, you give me energy. We have some sort of bond and an exchange. So when I see this card at the front end of every reading, it could be Spirit just telling us like, hey, Scorpio, you need to watch who and what you're giving your energy to. Are you giving too much energy to something? Are you not giving enough energy to another thing? These are all things to really think about. So whether it is work related, business related, romance related, we could give energy to various different things, but sometimes it's not so deserving. Sometimes it is. I guess it's up to you to really take stock of that when this card is here. It's a powerful energy when I see this. So we're just going to place it down right there. They could keep having their little conversation, their little FaceTime. We're going to get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang, please. While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Talk, and just know that this energy could bleed over for a couple of weeks, and to me it felt like having conversations you weren't expecting to have, or hearing from people you weren't expecting to hear from. Like, these are energies that can most definitely pop up in the near future, and it was showing up strong multiple times last week. So we'll see how that turns out, if it did or if it is still to come. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Right, let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang, please. What do we got for our good friends in late January? Okay, Magician. That's a good start. That is a good start. And I find it interesting that we're talking about like energy and, you know, what we're giving it to. And then we have a card that's literally one of the cards of energy manipulation, right? Like what we're like, how we're channeling energy and where we're placing it. So like, this is a theme that's shown up twice already, and we're only 2 cards in. Let's get that guy there. Let's move into the next one. What do we got for Scorpio, please? Late January. What do we got? Thank you. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. I mean, that is money, earthy. We'll see. I don't feel like it completely tanks the reading. Don't worry about that. Let's get one more. What we got here for Scorpio? Okay, cool. Strength. All right, I'm liking this energy so far, because even though we have a little something here in the center, it's like, yeah, I'm getting through it. I'm overcoming it. Like, there's a lot of willpower. There's a ton of determination. Lots of universal karmic energy here as well. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, we have a little bit of everything showing up here as far as elements go. We have the Magician, the master of all elements. So they're all present there. We have earth energy, which we work well with as Scorpios, right? Like, water and earth. Even though it's a rough energy, it's like we could work with it, we could make it happen. And then we have strength here on the back, which is Leo, that's fire. Now notice we got the infinity symbols above the Leo's head, and we have the infinity symbol above his. So there is already universal connotations. There's already karmic connotations to this spread. So it's going to be interesting to really unpack all these energies. But the thing that interests me here is what's going on in the middle, because it's like surrounding it, it's like, yeah, we got it under control. We're going to push through. So I can't wait to really see what the details are. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. So position number one, we are starting here with the Magician. And you see him there. He's got his wand up to the sky with his little infinity symbol over his head. This is a huge card of manifesting and creating. So just know for us, it might be a great time to put our intentions out there, to really start manifesting things. This is a super magnetic type of energy as well. Same can be said with the Leo energy here on the back end. It's like we have this magnetic or magnetism, which is kind of built into Scorpio energy to begin with, but it could be heightened. So just know you could be bringing various things, people, situations your way when this is here. Now is a great time to put your intentions out there. The Magician also represents control. It could represent ritual, spirituality. All these things are fantastic in this time, but controlling a situation is a big thing here. Now in life, there's sometimes we can control things. There's certain things we can. There's a lot of things we can't. And the Magician asks us to really recognize what we can and what we can't control when we look at the card. The challenge of it, sometimes it could represent trying to control something that we can't. The challenge of the Magician is sometimes it's karmic energy where we can't understand the purpose. So I can't wait to really look at this. I feel like it's a good thing initially, but moving to the center, we do have an energy that might show up as problematic. We do have the Five of Pentacles in the center. Now, the fact that it is earthy energy, it could connect to work and career. So for a lot of you with this earthy energy around, that might be a big focus with the Five of Pentacles. Now, if that is not the case, you see these people that are thrown out in the cold, right? It's snowing, there's a blizzard. I always say, I'll give you the positives and the challenges. The challenges of this card, it could represent loneliness. It could represent isolation. It could be someone that's a little down, sad, upset, hurting, you name it. It could represent feelings of abandonment, like, oh, this person just left me high and dry. It's not the nicest energy, but the good thing about it is that it's not a permanent ending, if that makes sense. Like, it's only part way through a journey, so there's like more to come. So if it is a problem, if it is a situation, it's like, all right, it's not permanent. It's like we can get through this, and that's the one thing I really do like about it. Now, moving to the back end, we do have the Strength card, and like I said, this does connect to the zodiacal sign of Leo, and we see this individual there. They're kind of like petting that lion and caring for it. This is a card that does link into our personality and our inner self. It's not like outer strength and brawn. It's our strength of personality, our strength of determination. Often this card shows up when Spirit's testing us in various different ways. And it's like, all right, can you resist this? Can you pass this test? That's a big thing with this card. Notice that it's like they're both surrounding this Five of Pentacles. So yeah, there can be a problem. There can be a situation, but there's so much supportive energy around it. And it's like, I don't feel it stopping you, Scorpio. I really don't feel something stopping you, which, I mean, that's a task in and of itself. Now, the challenge with the Strength card can represent reverting back to old ways. So for some of us in this time, there could be certain habits, certain ways of thinking that we might revert back on. Giving in to temptation could be a big thing when the challenge of the Strength card is here. So it's like we have a whole loaded type of spread going on this week, and I just can't let go of the fact that both of them are karmic archetypes as well. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what we got for Scorpio gang, please. What's going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Magician. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. Why is the Magician here, please? Thank you. Four of Wands, the 1111 card. So we do have more of these universal karmic types of energies. This is absolutely beautiful. And the magnetism, I will say this, Scorpio, there could be like really big omens that the universe is trying to send your way here. Whether it's to encourage you, whether it's to warn you, keep your eyes peeled and really rely on that beautiful scorpionic intuition, right? Everyone knows Scorpio is very intuitive. When I see the 1111 card, sign synchronicities, omens, and I see the magician with the universal symbol, the strength card, universal symbol, it's like spirit is trying to tell you something here, Scorpio. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's bad here. The Four of Wands is celebratory, it's happy, it's win-based, it's victory. So I love that it's showing up here and it's very stable. But at the same time, I just have to say, I think that the universe is really trying to either give you a heads up or something, or really, really trying to, I don't want to say they're giving you like a karmic warning, but that can be it. Okay, so you just take it for whatever your situation is, whether Spirit's telling like, hey, Scorpio, don't do that. Scorpio, don't focus on that. Or they're leading you to a different path. I mean, it could be the same thing, really. So it could be a karmic warning here, but at the same time, I feel like it could just be a really powerful omen for the positive. So again, mileage may vary. I guess it depends on your situation, but I like it for the most part. Let's keep moving. I feel like we don't even need to complicate that. I feel like it's very simple, very straightforward. Let's move in on that Five of Pentacles, though, because I think that is where I'm really focusing on, because I think that if there's anything that's going to be problematic, it would be that. So why is that Five of Pentacles here? Why is it in the mix, please? Another karmic card. Okay. So we do have the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. It's an energy that's kind of waiting. So for some Scorpios, there could be a situation or something where you're done with waiting for it, or your patience is running very, very thin. So take that as a little bit of a warning as well. Sometimes in life, there's certain things and certain processes that can't be rushed. And listen, as Scorpios, we're a fixed sign. We're not the most impatient. I mean, some people say we are, but I know Scorpio energy is not the most impatient. Definitely not. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, this could, one, be someone that's catching a dose of karma, right? Because if they're going through a tough situation, it's because they've earned it in some way. So it's like interesting here how we have like this energy where it could be a karmic reward, but we also have this energy of someone getting served a dose of rough karma. The universe has a funny way of balancing things out. So I think with whatever situations you're going through, you might just need to realize that everyone's going through their own different process, right? Some people are reaping the rewards of things that they've done. Some people are paying off a karmic debt. It all really depends. And I think we're looking big picture for this week's reading. Yeah, there's a lot of pentacles, but there's just so many spiritual energies at play. So again, the karmic warning is here. Just know that with whatever small things you're dealing with, there's a bigger picture at play. So again, that karmic warning, karmic answer, it's all over the place. It's all over the place in this reading. So the Seven of Pentacles, aside from somebody getting tired of waiting or getting impatient, this is a card reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So maybe some of us just need to hear that reminder. Like Spirit just tells us, like, hey, Scorpio, just keep in mind what you put out there. That's what you're going to get back. Or again, this could be someone we're connected to as well. But let's go in on strength. I mean, this is different than I thought it would be this week, Scorpio. This is way different than I thought it would be. But let's go in on strength. It is what it is. Am I right? So why strength here? Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. I mean, a lot of the cards that represent Scorpio in the tarot deck are karmic cards as well. So it's not like this energy scares us or makes us nervous. If any sign can understand the vibes that are happening, it's Scorpio and those involved with them. But let's see what's up with strength. Why is strength here? Yeah, because the death card, the tower, that's all karmic energy. That's the strength here. Okay, yeah, Six of Wands in the upright. So I do like the end result here. So I will say this, Scorpio, there's like a little skip in the energy where it's like, yeah, we have good energy, and we got a bit of a problem, but then it's back on track. So for a lot of you, I'm getting a good energy of getting back on the right track or getting something on track in general. Now, I will say this, there's a lot of attention in this for whatever reason. So just know with the magnetism I've seen in the front end, we do have the Six of Wands. That's a card of complete and total victory. It's a very good card, but this also links to Leo energy, came in under strength, and these cards are about getting the attention and recognition that you deserve. So just know the Scorpio magnetism could be extra heightened in this time. I feel like this is good, but a big thing I'm picking up is like, all right, get it back on track. whether I am or whether it is on its own, whether it's universal or karmic, whatever we want to call it. When I see strength with the Six of Wands, it's like, you got this. You can do this. Keep pushing. Like, it's very encouraging. That's how it's feeling to me. So I like the back end energy for sure. The only thing I'm a little about is this energy here in the center. But I like the result, and I feel for the most part this reading is very claimable. I guess it depends on your situation though, right? But let's go through and do a quick recap, because there's a lot of layers, and I feel like there's big picture thinking in this week's spread. If you kindly look in box position number 1, we're starting here. Lots of similarities, lots of karmic and spiritual cards. 4 of the 6 cards do deal with universal source karmic type of energy. We have the Magician clarified by the 4 of Wands, the 1111 card. Keep your eyes out for big omens. This could also be a karmic warning, but I do feel for a lot of you it's more rewarding. So it's like we have a couple of different paths. We have the karmic rewards, but we also have the big warning here in center about somebody getting what they deserve. So just something to think about. Also, the magnetism, now's a great time to manifest and track things in. Beautiful stuff. Moving to the center, we have the 5 of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles. Some Scorpios out there might be getting very tired of a situation, or tired or losing their patience with somebody or something. Could most definitely be it here in the center. But I'm also getting somebody catching a dose of karma, getting what they deserve at some point, whether you view it, whether you see it, whether you don't. It's like, no, that energy is going to come back around. So just be cautious in this time, because it's in 2 places where we're getting this karmic warning about it getting served up in one way or another. On to the back end, we do have the Strength card, Leo energy with the 6 of Wands, Leo energy. You're going to be getting a lot more attention, or the magnetism is going to be amped up here. This is very encouraging energy where Spirit's like, yeah, you got a victory coming. You just got to keep pushing and get something back on track. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's like, all right, time to get it back on track, or time to get on the road again. It's just giving me that vibe, like get back on the horse. So I feel like it's good. Most of this reading is really fabulous, but there's so much big picture thinking here, and there is a bit of an issue in the center. So do with that information what you will. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows now. So let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio gang, please. What do we got in the shadows from a good friend? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get you a shadow card, please. What's going on? Cute. Cool. Empress. All right. So yeah, we had a bit of a mixed bag going on in here, but another big, beautiful universal energy. We have the Empress. Now, this can link to Libra energy or Taurus, because this is big Venus energy. And I love the Empress. Most of the time, it's energy of blessings and abundance, fertility. It's very fruitful. This could also connect to mothers or motherhood in general. So I'm not sure if you have any situations going on with a mother figure or motherhood, but I think this is really fantastic as a shadow card, especially since the whole reading itself was like trimmed with good possibility. So this does tell me, like, yeah, no, something's going to take a good swing for you, Scorpio. Now, there is an issue sometimes. If you don't have issues with a Libra, Taurus, or a mother figure, the Empress could sometimes be a bit of a stubborn energy, okay? And everyone knows that Scorpio, I mean, we could be a little stubborn too, right? So sometimes like 2 stubborn forces meet, and it's like, running into a brick wall. So I would watch out for other stubborn forces in this time and try to avoid that. Especially if it's like an issue that you're dealing with, you might want to ease off of it for the time being. I don't know why that's coming through, it just is. But I think for the most part, this represents good things coming, especially with what we saw in the reading. So Scorpio, that's what I got for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.